Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new show. This show is created as a cute idea to just kind of hang out and chill out with our new master and ask all the questions that you guys want to ask, we want to ask. And since he's come back, I know we can see a huge change. Everyone can sense the different energy. And I was thinking of asking our master to mentor me because I had a lot of questions personally. I've been seeing a lot of questions coming in from everywhere on all the different platforms. And I thought, you know what, why don't we just sit down in and just chill out and hang out and share these questions and conversations with all of you.
And just have some fun with it.
Yeah, have some fun. That's what life is about, having fun. Going back to our last CC Plus call, I think a lot of people had a lot of questions and we didn't have a lot of time to finish all those questions.
It's very hard to share all the secrets and all the mystics of the Himalayan mountains in
just one call.
Well, it was supposed to be a 1 hour call, but we went on for 3 hours, I think.
3 hours, guys. 3 hours. That was really intense.
But I think one of the things that I was mentioning to the team as well when I got back just yesterday was that actually what people know is that I was away for a month. But in actual fact, because there was dimension traveling, I was away for a few years. Now that is very hard for the average person to understand. So now coming back into real life is about how do I adapt and have this normal conversation with you where people can actually understand what we're talking about here, you know?
So we'll try and conversate as normally as possible.
We'll try to have a human conversation.
Yeah, bring you back into this normal human dimension and translate it across to all of you because we know all of you have a lot of questions. So back to the CC Plus call. There's a lot of people asking the same question about manifestation, the big word that everyone goes on about and talks about. What would you say about manifestation in general?
So I think first of all, I think there was a because I've been doing so many videos. I mean, it's reached out to what 30 million views over the past year on manifestation. But there's always another level of consciousness, and there's the things that we don't understand. When I went into the mountains, it's kind of seeing everything from a whole new perspective. Things that we don't know exist. Like, for example, Avatar. You watched Avatar?
Yeah.
Like, what if all that is real?
Yeah.
Inception. You watched Inception before? I didn't understand Inception when I watched it. It was many years ago. But I experienced dream traveling and going into different dimensions. So all these things exist. And so now understanding all that exists, how does that affect manifestation? It affects it hugely, and most people aren't aware of it, you know?
So the word manifestation is a word that's blown up a lot recently. And a lot of people have different meanings around the word. And you talking a lot about manifestation beforehand and going up into the mountains and now talking about it, would you say it's different or you have some new perspective around it?
A lot of new perspective. And I mean, that's why we do the hangout calls, the Sunday calls, right? To dive deeper into it, because it's very hard on a 10-minute video to like show the viewers, oh, how do you manifest anything in life? Because there's so many different things, from chakra points to beyond chakra points. There's other energy points too. I know you're familiar with Reiki, right?
Yeah.
You're a Reiki practitioner?
No, I'm not, but I'm familiar with it.
Okay,
I've had it done before.
Okay.
Yes.
So things like that. There's so many things to it, but all is part of it because all is energy. Now, when people want to manifest instantly, when people want to manifest love, manifest money, or whatever they want to manifest, and maybe it's a big dream, big goal, and it feels really out there right now, how do you actually get your mind, your body, your spirit all aligned with it? That's all energy points. And it's not something that, like I say, I'm trying to take a few years of knowledge here and then packaging it up in a few minutes. It's very, very hard. But there's something way beyond. And I think the easiest way to look at it, Alia, is look at conscious, subconscious. So conscious manifestation, subconscious manifestation, and superconscious. Superconscious is not governed by you or me as an individual. There's something else that is managing that.
Yeah. Well, going back to superconscious and subconscious, unconscious, you were talking, I remember you mentioned something about manifestation you did within a night.
Yeah. So there was a There was an influencer I was reaching out to. The influencer has around 16 million following online. And I reached out to you about 7 months ago on Instagram, and obviously my Instagram channel's not that big. I think it had about 30,000 at the time or something like that. And obviously they would ignore. It's just like, you're tiny, you're a little ant, right? And I thought, just for a bit of fun, because while I was up in the mountains, I was like, this is really crazy. All this stuff, is it really real? So putting on the skeptical mind like everyone else, I was like, let's test it. So before I went to bed, I traveled into one dimension, into the second dimension. The same thing that we shared in Sunday, the same keys, how to access third eye. So going one dimension to second dimension, and then in second dimension, I visualized it. And then suddenly I woke up in the when I woke up in the morning, you'll never guess, the first notification I seen was from this influencer. And when I seen it, I was nearly in tears, because I was like, oh my God, am I dreaming right now?
So the whole thing that you were talking about, was that the 9 points that you mentioned in the CC Plus circle?
Yeah. I mean, last Sunday during the hangout, I could only mention the 9 points that way. That's why we have the weekly hangouts. Because when we do the weekly hangouts every Sunday, then the training is not restricted with just these 10 minutes on YouTube. Then every time we can hit more of those energy points, work on them, give all the students, all our creators, the tools, and say, hey, here's your homework, go and practice it. Then they practice bits, and then they start unlocking all the channels, Yeah.
Well, a quick little overview to say to people, whoever is watching this, or people who don't, there's a lot of people who don't believe in it, very skeptical minds. What would you say to the skeptical minds about manifestation in general?
So somebody asked me the other day, they said, Eric, like this positive thinking, law of attraction stuff, like how does it actually work? Like, does it really work? This was at an event out in Delhi. And I looked at him, I smiled, and then he looked a bit like confused at first. Then he started smiling. Then I said, there you go. That's law of attraction. I said, I smile, you smile. I attracted that smile because I was a certain way. I attracted that. I said, you don't believe me? You go and punch that guy over there. You'll see the law of attraction, or what you call karma, work instantly. That's surface level. Beyond that level this is law of attraction. This is manifestation. So it's happening whether we like it or not, all the time. How we present ourselves. This physical is only base understanding. Yeah. But like I said, when we get to understand how to communicate with something greater, you can call it spirits, you can call it gods, you can call it divine, whatever you want to call it. I just like to call energy, because that's science. We can't deny that. We can't say, no, I don't believe in energy. No, energy exists. So, I think that is easier for people to understand. Yeah. Positive, attract positive. Nice and simple.
I really resonate with that, because obviously we're all surrounded by a lot of skeptical people. And what people don't realize is that science backs a lot of all of this information up. So
everything is science.
Yeah, everything's
science. Everything science. This is something that during our next hangout this Sunday, this is what I promised the creators. I will teach them Inception.
Oh wow! Oh,
wow. Like that is a very weird thing. Like, you mean a dream? All dreams happen for a reason, right? Have you ever had a dream before where you see something and then it actually related to something in life?
Yeah.
Have you had that before?
All the time.
Have you had something before where you've had a dream before and it's got nothing to do with life?
All the time as well.
What's the difference? Why does that happen? So where does that creation come from?
Yeah.
Something you've never seen before, and you're able to dream it. Why is it? Yeah. If you've never seen it, never witnessed it, where does it come from?
Yeah. And there's also deja vu, where you feel like you've experienced that dream.
Because you have.
Well, that's actually a very interesting topic, and I would actually love to ask about that, because dreams are something that I have really, really crazy dreams I've always had, and I've also seen a lot of creators having the questions about dreams. So maybe in our next talk and a little hangout, we can ask and talk about dreams. So if you have any questions about any specific dreams that you have or anything at all, then make sure you ask them all below. Any questions as well. There's so many different platforms that we're all on, and we can't keep up with all the questions on all different platforms. So if you want to comment below and ask Master all the questions that you have, we will try and answer as many as possible.
We will try. If not, then you follow Alia on Instagram and you can ask it all to Alia because then she can bring it onto the show for next week.
Actually, there's a fat chance of me replying on Instagram. We have lots of questions
Thousands.
on every platform, and there's no way we can possibly reply to all of them. But one place where you can actually ask all your questions is our questions class chat on the CC Plus on Sunday.
That's the Clash chat. They always get mixed up between Clash chat, questions chat.
Yeah.
So you'll see Clash chat during our weekly hangouts on Sunday. You'll see the Clash chat. Underneath the Clash chat, it'll say questions chat. So during our Sunday hangout, when we get to spend time together, ask your questions inside there. Then maybe next week during the show, then you can answer their questions.
Up and ready for
and then we'll give you guys the shout outs as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a very very powerful circle we have. I mean, now we just launched Creator Circle Plus, I think only 2 months?
Yeah.
Around 2 months ago. And now we have about 1,000 people that are part of this. And the reason why we put that together is very simple. Is because a lot of people, YouTube algorithms don't really work when we got like hour-long conversations on there and everything, because people don't really have the time. They don't have the patience to learn. But for serious people who really want to take charge of their life, that's why we decided to do the weekly calls. Because prior to that, a lot of people were asking me about mentorship and all the rest of it. And I was saying,
instead of like mentorship, he just kind of sits and explains and talks and teaches. It's like a weekly class, but for those who are serious, those who actually want to learn. And then it's a nice network. It's like a family. We're all a family. We all see each other's faces, and it's just fun. It's nice to see everyone on there, and there's so much value. I cannot even explain how much value there is on
so
this
much
call.
value. There was the only platform, for a long time I was thinking, how do I coach? Because now it's like, 600,000 people on the channel or something. So how do I coach 600,000 people? 600,000 people say, can you mentor me? Can you be my master? Can you mentor me? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, you come on to the coaching programs, it'll be like about 100,000 or 50,000, or the minimal coaching programs, it's like $20,000. And people say, why so expensive? I'm saying, but at the end of the day, when you have, when you get to a point where you become a leader, an influencer with following, how are you going to divide your time? It's all supply and demand, so everything has its value. It's at the end of the day, you can't go to Richard Branson and say hey, I give you $5, do you want to help me? It's not like that when there's a price to people like that. So that's why when we created Creator Circle Plus, we said, how do we do something where now, this is the last time, by the way, where we're doing this last stretch at $19 per month. And some people say, oh, $19 per month? Like, I need to pay monthly? I'm saying, I'm coaching you every week. Not only me, I'm bringing my network of leaders together to coach you every week. And if one person cannot take the sacrifice of one dinner, which is $19, sacrifice one dinner per month to say, I'm going to better my life. I'm going to learn manifestation for love, for relationship, for success, for money. Because at the end of the day, people, when they manifest, what do they manifest? Someone manifests winning the lottery. Yeah. People manifesting all these great things, a new job. Is that worth $19 to you? That's the question to ask.
It's an investment in yourself.
That's right. So that's the greatest asset. This is what I shared on CC Plus on Sunday. I said the greatest asset is yourself. So you must learn to invest in yourself. And there's nothing else you can find for $19 for a coach to coach you every week as well. So those of you who aren't part of it, then
we'll put a link below so you can sign up from the link. And for those of you who are still not going to be a part of it, you can ask all your questions down below. We'll be talking about dreams. I'm so excited for next weekend because I'm going to have the most questions. I'm going to bump my questions up to the top. But if you have any questions about dreams or anything else, put if you're part of the CC Plus, make sure you put it in the class chat. And if you're not, then make sure you put your questions below. And
just one reminder, first of all, for all CC Plus members, because we're going to do a dream manifestation meditation on Sunday, it's going to be very powerful. Please, if you want the most powerful experience, at least from now till Sunday, no onion, no garlic, no meat, no mushroom, no tea, no coffee, no eggs. Okay, so it sounds like a huge sacrifice, but those of you Creator Circle Plus members, if you're serious about this, you want to get the fullest experience for Sunday, make sure to have all of that out of your diet, and then you'll get the best experience of the dream meditation.
Are you going to explain to us why?
We will explain on the call. Yeah, it's
Okay.
too much for now.
Okay. All right, then. Explain all of that on the call. If you want to know, make sure you sign up in the link below. And I think that's all for today. We've got to go run for lunch. It's Stevie's birthday today.
We got a surprise.
Yeah. Oh. So thank you, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and salam, namaste.
Namaste.